Welcome to the show Real Estate 101 with Troy Brown. Today we're going to get some expert advice about listing your home in today's market. Troy, I know sellers have a lot of concerns, a lot of questions, a lot of apprehension about listing their home. Can you help us with that?
Yes, and thank you, Laura. I'm happy to be here to share some valuable insights into successfully putting one's home on the market. Deciding to list your home can be a bit overwhelming sometimes, but there's some information that you should consider first. You don't want to put your home on the market just to test the waters and see if you get some activity or anything like that. You'll be wasting valuable time and money, and not to mention that if there's excessive days on the market, buyers might start to perceive that maybe there's a problem with your home or that the seller's difficult to work with. So we don't want to just test the waters. Motivation is a key element into deciding whether or not you want to put your home on the market.
So what should a seller consider that's going to help them make this decision?
Well, the seller or homeowner should first choose a realtor that they're comfortable with. Whether you're meeting for the first time or not. It's important to find someone that you can feel comfortable asking certain questions. Questions like, what is my home worth? What comparable sales have you used to arrive at that price? How long do you think it's going to take to sell my home? Should I get an appraisal on my home first? Some other key points to possibly consider that I ask my sellers is, do you have a second mortgage? Does that second mortgage have a prepayment penalty? Also, are there any liens, assessments, or judgments attached to the property?
Those are really good points, Troy. I know that too much information, it's confusing. A seller can feel pressured. It's a real concern. So as an experienced agent, what do you recommend? What should they do?
Well, I believe in being honest. And all of my clients know they can trust me because we agree up front that we are going to speak our minds and be honest with one another, because in all reality, it's a team effort in getting their home sold. They're hiring me for my knowledge, experience, my marketing skills, contract writing and negotiating skills, and also because it's easy to do business with me. I have the ability to make the complex sound simple, thus keeping any confusion to a minimum. Laura, sellers should never feel roped into a listing contract. And I've run into several that do. And that's why I offer my clients the easy exit guarantee. I have confidence in my ability to help sellers price and market their homes effectively, and I also have a great working relationships with my fellow realtors, as well as those agents here at Home Smart Professionals. And that's more of an asset to my clients than they may ever realize. Fundamentally, strong ethics are key to this business, and one's home must be priced at fair market value.
Okay, so that's a lot of great information. So if I decide to choose you as my realtor, how do I get started? Am I going to need to paint the walls, pull up the carpet, recarpet, do the floors, or am I getting ahead of myself? How do I start the process?
No, those are great questions. Let's go back to basics first. Try and keep this as simple as possible, but first we'll briefly visit on the phone, make sure we're a good fit for one another, and we'll set up an appointment for me to come over and look at your home. And it's at that point we'll talk about some staging techniques and whether painting or new flooring is something that needs to be addressed prior to putting your home on the market. I'll then share some of my other guarantees with you. My easy exit guarantee, as I mentioned before, my communication guarantee, and my marketing guarantee. All of those come together in realizing my primary goal, which is to learn what you want to get done and in what time frame, so I can tailor my marketing to fit your wants and needs. You know, I've sold hundreds of homes during my career. My marketing yields quick and pleasing results for my clients, I'm proud to say. I've lived in the White Mountains for several years, so I know the market, and I know what it takes to get buyers in to look at one's home. Finally, we'll go over the details of the listing agreement, and once you feel comfortable and I've answered all your questions, we'll wrap up the simple forms needed and then move forward with my marketing plan. One of which I want to point out the promo code that you'll soon see at the bottom of the screen. Hold on to that. When you call me, we'll use that.
Okay, so what I wrote down here, so you've got an easy exit guarantee, a communication guarantee, a marketing guarantee. It sounds rather simple, Troy.
You know, I'm glad you bring that up, Laura. That's why a lot of people try to sell their homes themselves. The number one reason is to save that professional fee. You know, it sounds and it looks simple, but there's so much more that goes into a real estate transaction. You know, it's been proven that there are, on average, approximately 40 people involved in a single real estate transaction. And the National Association of Realtors has evidence that a seller will actually net more, put more in their pocket, if they use a realtor to sell their home. You know, my clients appreciate my skill set in keeping their liability to a minimum when selling their home. Some think the buck stops there, but that's when I'm just getting warmed up. You know, if they're moving to Montana, I will call an agent in that area and interview them. Make sure they have the knowledge and experience so they can help my clients find a home they love.
You know, someone finding a home they love is priceless. And so I appreciate that. And I'd like to ask you to talk about the promo code that you mentioned one more time for us.
Sure. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a promo code. I'd like you to write that down and hold on to that. When you call me to set up our first appointment, share that with me and we can go over the details at that time. Also, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see my email address. At any time, I would invite any and all to ask any real estate related questions you might have, and I will gladly respond to your inquiries. And if we get an amazing topic going, we might host that on a future show.
All right, that sounds great. Well, thank you again, Troy, for all your information today. And thank you for watching Real Estate 101 with Troy Brown.